This is a test of the Boundary Park alert system.
Gassy though. Hello.
Professional broadcasters.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. We've been a bit sort of behind, haven't we?
It's fine. Hello.
Fine in focus.
Is anybody out there? Can anybody hear me?
Is there anybody out there? Undercover Squid. First in, Rochdale Road.
What a
and
cool picture. Look at that guy.
Yesterday.
I wonder what he does for a living.
I don't know. I think it's on the streets.
Streets,
On
gangland.
the streets.
The Rochdale Road.
So yeah, so we're a bit early this week.
Yes.
Because we just couldn't wait, could we, Dave?
No, we've done an all-nighter.
Could not wait to get cracking on the Latics football phoning.
Yeah.
Hi, we can hear you, and you don't look out of sync to me.
Good stuff.
Thanks for that, Big Bad Bob.
Yeah. So everyone's buzzing after yesterday, but are we going to get any callers?
This is the thing.
Yeah.
I'll give you all £1 if you can guess who's in there ready and waiting to go. I think we all know the answer to that one.
Let's
Is there B?
let's bring him in.
Should we have a chat with him?
Yeah, why not? Ibby.
Ibby.
Evening, Sexy Dave and Matt. You both okay?
Yeah.
Good, mate. You?
How are you?
I'm alright. What a fantastic atmosphere it was yesterday. What a win, guys. One of the best results of this season, I've got to say. The fans that organised coming down to the game were unbelievable. I've seen the videos, and I could hear, my family could hear the Latics fans all the way from the ground near Caution Green. That's how loud the sound was coming from the ground. And it was brilliant, guys. Honestly, well done to the players. Everything was brilliant. Just before the game, I saw one of our Latics fans tweeting, "Why is Joe Gardner starting again?" I thought, here we go again with these fans. He offers you goals. And he proved his worth. And guys, I feel positive that we could do something serious late now. It's just that your game that's a bit 50-50, but I think we'll go there. And I think that game will go to penalties, and I think we'll bury them alive.
Ooh. Listen, Ibby, on last night, as an occasion. Now I'm grey and I'm much closer to 50 than I am to 40. So I've seen the good times at Boundary Park, and also like everybody else, seen years of it's been like a desert of success on it. But last night was unbelievable. It was. I think I'm getting goosebumps now just thinking about it. It was unbelievable. The atmosphere in there was as good as I can. The best 90 minutes of atmosphere I think I've ever experienced at Boundary Park. I don't think there's been, obviously because we scored like 3 goals in the opening 10 minutes, it made a massive difference to how relaxed everybody was. But even like I was queuing up outside the ground 45 minutes before kickoff, and you could hear the noise coming out of the stadium, and it didn't stop. It was incredible. I've spent the last sort of like hour before I came up here watching the vlogs from yesterday around the grounds and another lad and the highlights, and it was just insane, wasn't it? It was insane. I'm just so proud of everybody involved in the club for generating that last night in the National League, 5th tier. Unbelievable. It was just outstanding. It was just everything that we've deserved. We've deserved a night like that for decades. It was unreal. I couldn't have asked. It couldn't have gone any better.
It was okay, weren't it? No, it was brilliant. The noise, and when we scored that goal in 2 minutes, and just watching even the T4 from the Atleticos, it was a touch of class. That the Battle of Bosworth, absolutely fantastic, and it just set everyone up. And the players were just when they saw the T4 come up, they were loving it, and they were so up for it. But goodness me. Shout out for the player of the match. I know Vimal Yoganathan was outstanding, but Corey Evans, oh my days, how good is he? He's absolutely outstanding. What did you think of his performance, Ubi?
Dave, he was outstanding. Every single player on that pitch are heroes for doing that. I did tell you that Corey Evans is a brilliant signing if he stays fit, but you was 50-50 at the time. I'm just delighted he's done well, but we need to do everything in our power next season if we go up to sign that Barnsley player, because that guy is a super kid. Honestly, what a great found that it has been for the club. And I'm just delighted. I'm just delighted.
He's just signed a 3-year deal with Barnsley. And after the match, Mickey Mellon said Vimal Yoganathan's going to be stratospheric in his career, but if we can get him on another season-long loan,
I think there might be a chance of that potentially if we get promoted. But there's no way he's playing in the National League again.
He would help that save that the keeper pulled off after when we were 1-0 up, when he side-footed it, and it was going top corner that, but it was. Yeah, it was. Pritchard was outstanding. As Ibby said that every player on that pitch was immense. Like Fondop putting it in, scored a goal. But that he even did the Barnet run. That was that just got everyone going, didn't it? It was just mega. Like Kitchen, Ragland, Manny Month coming back. Everyone was like, "Where's this come from?" It was just really, really good. And they managed the game, and we were passing the ball around the back, managing the game. And Halifax had no answer to it, did they? We were just dominant, suave, slick.
Like you.
Sexy.
Football, the embodiment of you, Dave.
Yeah, it was, yes.
What do you mean about the Halifax manager? His job might be on the line after that. It's a shame. But he's an ex-Oldham member of staff.
I think at the end of the day, you've got to perform in them big games, but ultimately, have they overachieved? I would say yes, with the budget and the crowds that they get. They've never worked on a big budget, Halifax, have they? So
look, I mean, getting in the playoffs for Halifax is as much. With no disrespect to Halifax, but like with the points that Dave's making and with how good they are or how good they're not. I mean, look, we've been bang average most of the second half of the season. We've been bang average. The thing is with us is we've performed under par, haven't we? Like with the players that we've got, and now that all the key players are coming back, you're starting to see. I think if we hadn't have had so many injuries and we'd have been able to play that team that played last night pretty much all season, we probably would have been competing with Barnet for the title. But unfortunately,
Jenny Tither or Tither or Tither said Vimal should have had a penalty twice. He should have had a penalty because Mickey Mellon was furious after the final whistle with the referee's performance, because the referee was definitely trying to balance things up as soon as we went 3-0 up. And
you interviewed him last night.
I did, yeah. But
we'll drop it in the podcast.
We'll drop it in the podcast on Sunday. But he was just saying that the referee was definitely trying to even it up, and he really didn't want to take Vimal off. He didn't want to take Garner off because he wanted him to get minutes for the York game. But he was just frightened the referee were going to send one of them off, and I think he's absolutely bang right.
I thought, I know you mentioned Joe Garner before, Ruby, but I thought in that first 10 minutes, he was just superb. He was such a nuisance, and he was involved in everything, and he was winning free kicks right from the start, and he obviously scored the opening goal.
He didn't look 38, did he?
No, you're the second person to say that to me today, actually, because he looked like a guy who was just buzzing to be playing football.
Well up for it,
because
weren't he?
He's obviously he's not had a good season injury-wise, and he just looks like a guy who just was buzzing.
Yeah, I hope we keep him next season because he would help the squad next season if we go up. But he was outstanding, and I'm just delighted at the moment. Things are looking up now. We just need to go York and do what needs to be done, and we're just one game away from Wembley. Let's not get too much excited, but we're almost there, guys.
Let's get excited.
I know it's hard. It's hard, and it's like typical Oldham will play really. No, we won't. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
I think
we play like that against York in the first half an hour. We're going to give them a right game because they're hanging on by a thread against us when it were 1-1, weren't they? Because we proper went for it, changed it. We just have to play out.
Belief is everything at this
stage. The momentum that we're going to be on now. They've had a 3-week rest. Look what it did to us in Boxing Day when we had that rest. We didn't play any games, and we went to and we had to get going. And match fitness is key in a competitive. Like they can play all the friendlies they want and all the practice matches they want. It's not the same intensity as a game. So, yeah, York would have been looking at that game last night, going, "Oh my God!" You know what I mean? Like we're a dodgy 2-1. It wasn't a 3-1, and they scored. We were just compact, defensively organised. They had one shot which Hudson saved, and it was a bit scrappy from Ogle, but Ogle was outstanding. But hey, we managed that game with absolute ruthlessness.
Look, there's people here, rightly so. Chris in France is getting excited. Simon, fuck it, get excited, absolutely. But what I will say is, against Halifax last night at home, it was all about just getting into them, keep the crowd on side, start with a lot of energy, and we scored 3 headers, so they obviously knew where the weaknesses were, where to attack them, and they had nothing to throw back at us, did they? So it's going to be a very different kettle of fish against York in terms of the type of game that it is. And if we throw everything at York, they'll have things to throw back at us, so it'll be different. However, we do seem to have this must be a prediction because it's not kicked off yet, has it? Yeah, Southend 1. We'll have to keep an eye on the game. There was something I want to refer back to. Ibby, have you got anything else you want to say, mate?
Yeah, just before I go, what do you make about Barry Omen? What is put out late last night?
His apology. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a legal letter, it looked like.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? I think he's in his 70s. He needs to grow up at some point, doesn't he, and learn how to behave. But look, he just needs to stop trying to.
Well, he's in the waiting room. Should we bring him in now? No, I'm joking. He's not. He's not.
And if he was, he wouldn't be coming on.
No.
Yeah, but look,
guys, thank you very much for having me on.
No worries, mate.
Thanks, Ibby.
Cheers, Ibby.
Yeah,
speak to you next Wednesday.
Yeah, speak to you after York. See you, mate.
Thanks.
So there's a couple of things.
What's happened to the back?
Yeah, there we go. That I wanted to bring up before we bring Brad in, who's waiting in the wings. But please, guys, come on! If you can't give us a call after that last night, then there's no hope,
there's no point.
We might as well wind this up and not bother doing it next year.
We need another 2 calls in the waiting room after Brad's call, or there'll be no more podcasts ever.
There'll be serious consequences. Here we go, Neil. That stand up if you love Oldham felt like a cathartic moment for the whole town. Magic.
Amazing that.
Everybody stood up. And I was, because I can see my mum and dad where they sit in the main stand, and I watched it kind of like evolve from the Rochdale Road side of the main stand all the way up to them, and then I saw them. I thought, well, if they're getting up, everyone's getting up, and it was fantastic.
And the Coldplay light show as well. What was
that? Yeah, but it felt amazing. A bit like sort of mocking Halifax, which I enjoyed. Because look, I mean, fair play to them. They brought as many as they possibly could, and as many of them stayed as long as they could.
It's just amazing.
But what
would you? God, 3-0 in 10 minutes is just bad,
it was
isn't
unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've entered the melon zone. I mean, this is the time, isn't it? I mean, we'll bring Brad in a sec. To me, though, what was most exciting really was as much as the way they played, but how together they looked, how buzzing they looked, how up for it they looked, and we have questioned. Can this team? I even mentioned it to Mickey Mellon when I spoke to him last week at the fans forum. Can this team live up to the big occasions? Well, it doesn't get any bigger than that at Boundary Park than it was last night, and it was absolutely made it up to the big occasion. So, Chris, what's he doing there? You don't want me for? I'm in the saxophone.
Get on the call, Chris. Come on.
Come and play Baker Street for us or something. That's what we know. That's what we want to hear. Right. Anyway, let's talk to Bradley.
Let's do it.
All right, Brad.
Bit rough, lad.
Voice is a bit sore, lad.
Yeah.
What a day. What a day. Like, I don't think I've experienced a league, well, apart from Liverpool, Everton, City, I don't think I've experienced a night like that at Boundary Park. Been going, must be 20 odd years plus. I can't believe it. I couldn't believe it. That I think when that third went in, I just looked around. Everyone was ballooning. I was just looking there, just staring in disbelief, like thinking, "What the fuck is going on here?" This is I was in the car with my mate, who's not really a football fan. He just takes interest. He said, "Oh, playoffs. He's more a rugby guy." And I said, Oldham, we don't win 3-0. We don't do it easy. It'd be like a 1-0, 2-1 win if we are going to do it. But then to be 3-0 up inside 10 minutes, you're like thinking, what's going on here? It was just mental. I've never seen a team play who were that much intimidated by the crowd. That after the first goal, the heads were just spinning. You just looked at their body like you didn't know where they were. Their fans were like, "What is going on here?" It was just a cauldron of noise. Just everybody was just up for it. People were just everywhere angry, weren't they? Just wanted it.
I mean, their stadium is actually quite big, but I mean, the average attendance I think was 1,700 last season. So really, really small crowd. Where do you think that atmosphere came from? Because I was confident last night and I knew it was going to be a cracking atmosphere, but I'm not going to lie, it exceeded my expectations.
I just don't know. Obviously, there were a few murmurs, weren't there, about people going out in Brighton and stuff like that. That ended up being about 250 people in Brighton precinct, and which, if you think about it, it's a bit mental. Rumours run out of beer. The place got sucked dry. People were in the Lidl bringing their own cans. But then there was a march to the ground. Like everyone decided, right, we're going at this time. What?
Any news on the lad who got run over or hit by a car?
Yeah, I saw him after the game. He's all right. Yeah, he got bonneted, didn't he? But he was all right. He still went and watched the game.
Yeah, he watched the game. I've got his number because I saw the car which did it, and he was. I've never again. That was naughty, very very naughty. So I texted the guy and said, "How's it going and stuff on there." But
I watched the Around the Grounds vlog before I came up to the studio tonight and saw you all marching down, and it looked great. It was brilliant, and I think because I was
people were up for it, weren't they?
Totally, and where's it gone? Someone was saying about it not seeing any. Here we go, not seen anything like it. Since the cup runs 89, 90. Now I was only a kid, so I wasn't going to the pub. I wasn't going out drinking and doing all the sort of that was our moment last night. Because we've not really had it, and especially for guys that are in their 20s and stuff, that was the same kind of moment. So I don't know what it was like before, the cup runs and the cup games and all that. I'm sure everyone was doing something similar, but it felt like it was 20 odd years, 30 odd years of pent up.
Yeah,
like a denial of those kind of moments, and everyone was a bit like Fulham away, where it was kind of like, this is a big occasion and we're going to enjoy it, and it was like that's what it felt like last night.
Yeah, I just think any team we could have played that for that first 10, 15 minutes, we would have been beating them.
I think if we'd played Man United, we would have beat them.
Yeah, I don't obviously over the game. But I think the way the fans were, the way the players were all up for it, I think that first 10 minutes we would have beaten anyone. And that's how we want it. That's how we need it to be now. We go to York, we're always loud. We're always giving it the York. We need to be Aggie again and absolute no, this is it. We're here for the win. We're not here to be a part of the playoffs. We're here to win the playoffs, and we come in here and we're not taking no for an answer here. Like, we set the tone. One thing we've said on this podcast a few times, and we've always said it: we don't let the crowd die. First couple of minutes, didn't we? We had a shot, or you have a shot, or you get a big tackle. It gets the crowd up. We got
straight away, bang, weren't it?
Pet shot, won the corner. The ball was in the box and set the tone. You got people up on the feet, and it doesn't die. Then, like, how many games we've been where it's like, oh, come on, let's do something.
Yeah.
There, we're in there. That's what you want. And that's again same as York. We've got York. Get a tackle in. Get a ball in the box. Have a chance. Just have a pot shot 20 yards out. Get a corner, something. It just shows that the intention's there to go for it.
I think what it also demonstrates. And I'm not looking for a negative here. I'm just sort of like, I know it's hard to do that all season, but if you're going to win the league and you're going to win the majority of your own games, that's the kind of intensity that you have to come out with and you have to play with.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, there was 10,000 fans in there making that kind of atmosphere every week. That would probably make a big difference as well. And obviously, that doesn't happen. That's not the way it works. But the thing that I was most pleased about last night was because in our heads, we're all hoping that last night is going to happen like it did. It was a dream scenario. Nothing could have gone better. Manny got minutes in his legs, and Norwood came off the bench, and we won 3-0 up in 10 minutes. Fantastic. But obviously, in the back of our minds, we're all thinking, what if we limp out against Halifax, despite all the atmosphere and everything? But it just set up beautifully what the future can hold at Latics, and I think it's in terms of season ticket sales and everything for next year. It's like it feels like it's put us back on the map amongst our own fans, and it's made us all realise just what is possible. Exactly. Like, because that place is special when it's like that.
Yeah, the owners.
The owners deserve it, don't they? They deserve that.
Look out and say, bloody hell, we could get something here. We could. Darren, Frank, Judith, all there watching, see the full house. Seeing everybody just going for it. There's no people. Everyone, I think more or less everyone behaved in the ground. There's obviously a few people try going on the pitch. I don't know why, because you just ruined yourself for Wembley. This is how Rochdale, the sprinklers have just gone off at middle of the game. You just there like, and you're thinking like, come on, with looking around the ground, you're thinking, bloody hell, this could be us every single week if we go up the leagues.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's what we want. We all get frustrated. We all get angry at the situation because we're just sick of being shit for so long. Finally, let's hope it's finally our time.
We took the handbrake off last night. It was attacking, pressing, high press football out of possession, and in possession it was penetrating, wide play, and long balls as well. So there was different options that were being shown. So again, it was just complete creativity. And what did you think of Corey Evans? I thought it was absolutely different gravy, that lad. Different fucking gravy.
I think challenge. You remember? I think they brought through. I think we were when we were 2-0 up.
I shit myself when he made that. When he made that challenge, I thought, oh!
Yeah, it's just the experience of him there. Like, obviously, the type of signing he was, people think, fucking hell, he's been injury prone and stuff like that. He's not going to play 90 minutes every week and stuff like that. He just really good. I couldn't tell you who was man of match last night. They all were.
It was a solid like 8 out of 10 for everyone kind of performance, weren't it?
Exactly.
It was super.
If you look at the game throughout, there's not a single fault.
But they played without fear last night, and they like you said, they took the handbrake off, and they were fed by the energy, and it just goes to show how important it is going into next season that people buy the season tickets, that people go, get behind the team early on. Whatever happens now, what was so important last night happened, and it was almost like it was destined to happen. It had to happen because now, if we do go out against York, and I think York's a 50-50. I think we can beat them. They can beat us. It's just going to come down to what happens on the night.
I think I wouldn't be surprised if it goes penalties. Every game's 1-1 at the.
It's going to be a different. It's going to be a different type of game completely. But what last night did was just elevate everything up to another level, and the belief now for what's going to happen next season, what we can build on. Because there's going to be big changes in the squad next season. There's going to be players leaving. Ibby said about keeping Joe Garner. Players like, he's been injured. Is he going to stay? Is he going to go? Depends what division we're in, things like that. So it's going to be really interesting to talk about all this stuff and find all this stuff out as it unravels. But to be getting these players back at just the right time, I mean, it's just brilliant. And I think that this has been massive for next season. Yesterday was massive for next season, regardless of what happens in the playoffs.
It's a back, isn't it, if you think?
Sure, I just felt... I didn't even think about the game, mate, until about 7 o'clock.
By the way.
Oh, great. Never mind.
Could we just make a quote missed us on this, Danny Fairbrother? I'm gutted, I can't remember the game last night, it's far too drunk. If you've seen the around the grounds, he's talking to Danny at the end of the game, and Danny, you do look like you're quite drunk and you can't struggling to get words out, but you also look just exhausted. You just look like you just completely worn out.
Danny Fairbrother did last night. Halifax got the first corner and he had the megaphone just going shoot, Jagger, and he just put it straight out of play. It's just so funny. It was just like, and I saw him and his eyes were glazed over.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like everybody was up for it. We treated it like an away game. If you can understand that, like when people had a beer, people were happy and stuff like that. They treated it like an away game, not like a normal home game where you.
It was an occasion, yeah. I mean,
I think everyone went to enjoy it, and that's the thing. There was no apprehension, there was no nerves really. Everyone was there. It was a sunny day. But there wasn't that feeling of nerves. You know, everyone was just there having the feeling, the feel good factor. People walking in the park, everyone was like, "We'll be okay. We're going to be fine." And it just felt like a good feeling. Do you know what I mean? And then Manny Month being in the starting lineup, I think that just went. Fuck, everyone went fucking brilliant. You know, just like really, really, really settled a lot of the nerves. I think. How did you feel when you saw him coming to the lineup?
Yeah, he's big. He's big. Like he is big there. And yeah, he's. I think I predicted the back lineup of. I think Mellon likes that Ogle to play right centre back so he can bring the ball out and bit of pace there, and obviously Pritchard.
Pritchard did outstanding in the wing back position last night. It's an unfamiliar role, and they've been working on him on that. Mickey Mellon said for the last few weeks, and he was outstanding. He's a tough tackler in for a creative player as well. He gets stuck in, doesn't he? He's not shy.
Exactly, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of changes against York.
Do you think?
Will Sutton had his best game at York as at right wing back when he played there when Caprice.
You can't change it. You can't change it.
Well,
you can't.
That's when Mellon said though. He said that he's got decisions to make and stuff like that. But you got to think though, York's strength is down the wings. They've got Felix and they've got Sinclair, Luamba. And I don't know the other. I don't know.
I just think if you change it, it'll piss a lot of people off, and I think it'll work to York's advantage. I think personally, I don't know. You can't change a winning team. I don't think. I just think you just go for it. Just go for it. First 10 minutes, and I was just pouring a drink, so apologies. I think it'll be. It's next Tuesday. I can't wait.
So Bradley, the ticket situation, getting tickets though. I mean, as soon as they announced that they were coming out tomorrow, my ass started going, my belly started.
I know exactly.
I'm like, oh my god, we've got to get tickets. Everyone's going to be so nervous.
I know. I woke up. I think when was it now? I think it was Sunday or Monday this week. I woke up at 4:00 sweating about York tickets, and that's before we even played Halifax. Never mind what will be tonight. I just hope that bloody ticket system, every time it bloody fails. And I don't want to miss this. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, these ticket systems do not fail. I'm off tomorrow as well. But I'm taking the car to the MOT, so I'm going to be like, come on, please, can we?
Gazapalooza. Horses for courses, York different to Halifax needs to make changes. Come on the show and tell me why, Gaz. Come on the show and tell me why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a...
So what do you... So Bradley, Rochdale are winning. I want Southend to win, obviously. If Rochdale beat Forest Green, I want Forest Green to win, obviously. I don't want to play Rochdale at Wembley.
No, I don't.
How do you feel?
I'm 100%.
Oh, I do.
Do not want to play Rochdale. We've got a good record. We seem to have their number, and it's going to change eventually. And I don't want.
I don't fear Rochdale. It's not that. I don't think it's just that heartbreak at Wembley is bad enough, and I'm sure it's the same for them. I'm sure they would hate to lose to us and would rather lose to somebody else.
I think we've got the edge on them on a big occasion.
I think. I mean, we're going to have more fans than any of the other teams.
How do you think the potential? I know we're talking a bit ahead, but how many fans do you think we can take?
I think we'd be 20,000 plus 25, maybe. Look, people went.
I thought 30. I thought 30,000.
11,000 went yesterday. I know it's a home game. People have never been to the new Wembley. I've been waiting to go to watch a football game at the new Wembley. We can still call it the new Wembley. It's been open for nearly 20 years, hasn't it?
I know, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like Oldham, you want Oldham to be a ghost town that day. So I think that I think of about 20,000 in this division.
I think as if we climb up the divisions, we're capable of taking more. I think at this level, I think we could take 20. The record crowd for we were looking into this earlier on is 38,000 for Notts County v Chesterfield.
No, it's
for a
more
National
than that.
League.
It's more than that. It's Grimsby v Bristol Rovers. I think they got 58. I think.
Oh, really?
Well, it's Bristol, in it. To be fair,
my source let me down. Then
who's that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think, but like I say, it was
Eddie
like
Courtine.
If it's us v Southend, we would. I think we would. I think that's your best bet of.
Of an occasion, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been told to grow up, and quite right, to be fair. But I just look. I'm just saying, in an ideal scenario, Rochdale get knocked out tonight against Southend. Southend play Forest Green. I'll take either one of them. Because playing Rochdale will take what 4,500 fans with them,
2,500,
something like that.
2,500,
maybe they're lucky.
that.
5,000.
2,500.
When they played Stockport there, didn't they? In 2008, I think they only took about 12. I think.
Yeah, well, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, if we, I mean, as long as there's 40,000 in there, it'd be great in the bottom, around the bottom tier, wouldn't it? That'd feel like an occasion.
What I would want though, again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I'd like the club to reserve a block. Like they did, remember at Fulham, they reserved the back of the stand for people who wanted to sing and be part of an atmosphere. Hopefully they say, look, this is the block. These 2 blocks here are going to be singing blocks. So no day trippers or sit down brigade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're ruining it. So hopefully something like that happens. That's what I like. But getting ahead of ourselves here. We've got York and I just don't know. I don't know what's happened there. I think it's a good situation we're in here where they've had 2.5 weeks off. They'll be cold. It does happen. They remind me of Barnet last year, where they went 1-0, but I think they'll storm the league next year. If they're losing the playoffs, they'll win the league next year. I can't. Just remind me a bit like Barnet.
Yeah, possibly, but I think if we don't go up this year, we'll win the league. So, but that means probably York have gone up if we don't go up. I reckon probably. Oh yeah. Oh, we're doing a watch along. Yeah. This is a great point by Ant here. He says, if we get to Wembley, I'm torn between going or staying home robbing houses. So I mean, I'd love that. Like you said, a ghost town, just like everybody going down there. And I mean, there's 250,000 people in Oldham. You know what I mean? So I mean, if 25,000 down there, it'd be 1 in 10, wouldn't it? So that'd be incredible. Tom said we took 27,000 when we played United in '94. I mean, that was at a smaller Wembley. But look, we've got to beat York first, and we've got to get our York tickets first. That's the thing.
What are you going down in person or not?
Sorry, I'm just trying to listen to the commentary.
Going down in person. Yeah. Let's get down there, get it done.
You mean for tickets?
Yeah, for tickets. Are you going down in person or are you?
Well, the club have strongly recommended that people do it online, so I would endorse that.
Have they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just please, I just want a ticket. Like I said, I go and sit on that Cineworld roof if I don't get one. I'm not even joking. I will climb that bloody roof and sit on top of it.
I mean, they've said it. They've said that there's going to be showing the game at the fans.
Oh, it's not the same though, is it?
No, I know, but I know it's not. But I don't think even that would be sufficient, would it, for the demand? Against QPR, they had a big screen up, didn't they?
Yeah,
in the Chaddy end.
Yeah,
so
they get a screen there. North stand. They sell the North stand now, wouldn't they? 2,000.
Yeah, easy. Yeah, get everyone in the bar and then on there, and yeah. So I don't know. Obviously we have to wait and see what happens on Tuesday next week, don't we? First, but exciting.
I know exactly. We're here. It's took 18 years. We've won our first playoff.
Yeah.
What did Mellon call it? The big boy at the final. What he called it? He had a word for it, didn't he? The big fella. He called it the big fella, didn't he?
Yeah, wait for the big fella. Wait for the big fella, yeah.
That was a nice moment last night when the fan and Mickey Mellon sort of embraced after the third goal. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah,
I think that's the first time I properly seen him full of emotion and just go for it. I think he must have been thinking, what what's going on here? He must have been speechless.
Listen, it was just perfect. It was. How often have you ever been able to say that going to Latics was just perfect? And
I know. But
eventually never. And last night was.
Me, though, even at 3-0, you had some doubt in your mind still.
I think we need a fourth.
Yeah,
I was
just doing a fourth.
I was just thinking that if they score early, Halifax in the second half, we really need to sort it out. But thankfully, we scored on the 60th minute, and it was fine.
I think if they had scored at 3-0, I think we would have kicked on and just scored again anyway. But because it was just that kind of night. But it was just perfect. There's just no other way to describe it.
It was one of them moments which we'd talk about in years come by.
This bit, the fans in the Rocky Road end, Rocky Road end, were amazing. I thought the fans everywhere were amazing.
One of those nights it was contagious.
Yeah, Cocaine Corner giving the Halifax fans a load of abuse. The main stand were even getting the phones out with the lights on. Amazing.
No, it was brilliant, and it was like the very best of the old days.
The best of the Beatles.
Yeah. Is that your favourite Beatles album? It was just incredible, and I'm so happy for everybody involved. I'm so happy for the owners and everybody who works hard at the club. There's so many members of staff that put so much work into it. I mean, even like the people in the bar and the fans bar, like putting a proper slog in, serving everybody, getting the pints moving. Even the queues were massive. But they got them down pretty quickly when I was in there, and it was there was a band on, and it was just chalk and cheese to where we've come from. To see an occasion like that with that great big fan bar now absolutely packed. Brad, when you and I were on the OASF board and the struggles that were going on and the situation at the club, and in three seasons, it is just flipped on its head. We've got that brand new pitch. The stadium looks better. Look, there's a lot of work to do, and things are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. But to be able to put on an occasion like that last night, and the fans and just the progress we've made, with Ryan stepping down from his megaphone duties. I don't know if Danny's taken over, or the captain, because the captain was there with his megaphone.
Captain. Yeah, Captain is the man for the megaphone.
Like the progress that the fans have made, that the lads and the Atleticos have made, and the noise and the tifos and the progress. It's progress and building and building.
What is
building. It progress there.
Okay.
And it's just amazing the steps forward that we're making. My mate Tom was in New York last night. And he first of all, he was flying and he couldn't go. Then the meeting got cancelled and he could go. Then the meeting was back on again, so he's flown over. And he's watching it from New York. And he texted me, he said, just before the end of at the end of the game, can you video call me just so that I can take it in? And so I did. And the lad was just welling up. He was just like, oh my God. And he was gutted not to be there. And I was gutted that Andy Halliwell couldn't get up there with his lads, because I would love every single Oldham fan.
Did his helicopter brought down?
His helicopter brought down, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I said,
would have loved everybody that could have,
Yeah, like my son, he started going this season. He's been 17 games, and obviously it's a bit late for him that time. And he came in straight away. This man said, "What was the score like?" I was excited to tell him. My lad did
as well. Yeah,
excited to tell him like we won 4-0. He's like, "What? Who scored then?" And like taking interest in it. Like he went. So I said, "Have a guess." He goes, "Fondop." Yeah, Garner, stuff like that. 1-1 now. Southend just scored.
Yeah, Jenny's just
my little lad wouldn't go to school or eat his breakfast until he saw the goals last night. Exactly. So from last night on YouTube, so it's just mint. He's like, did Mikey score? Like, yeah. Who else scored? Like Garn. He's like, oh yeah, mint. He came to the football school, when he over half term. So it's just like little things like that. He's just remembering players and stuff like that, and Pritchard and Younger Nathan. He's just like, oh, he's really good, him, Dad. And he's trying to like get a FIFA team to try and find him on for Barnsley's team on his FIFA get FC 25, and it's just like bits like that. You just can't. It's just these little bits that we take for granted, and it's so exciting. Like, imagine
I know,
taking your lad to
exactly.
Wembley,
But-
Brad. It's going to be, it's going to be amazing.
I don't. I mean,
I know,
I don't.
exactly.
I'm gonna have to pull you up. I have to pull you up on that one, Dave. I don't think we take it for granted. But we had some memories when we were kids. But like, it's a slog.
No, but we
yeah.
always look at the negatives, don't we? But the little things, the little spark, the positive. They look at the
Yeah.
positives, don't they? And it's like,
Thomas thinks we're like the greatest team in the world. We beat
yeah.
we win, and he obviously doesn't understand that. He knows about City United. He's drilled into them, not
Yeah, exactly.
the rubbish and stuff like that. He sings the Oldham songs. He sings them a bit wrong, but he's just remembering things and doing stuff. It's just good to see, and honestly, just for them now, it's like I just don't want us to be Netflix SC where we're always waiting for next season. Let us be this season.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, on that point about. Well, it's not really on that point, but it made me think of something I was thinking while I was watching the vlogs and stuff yesterday yesterday was so special because everybody in that ground was living in the moment. There weren't loads of phones out. Obviously, people captured stuff, but it was people were in the moment. They were just buzzing. They were watching the game. They were singing. They were shouting. Phones were in your pocket. And that's why it was so great to look back over those things that were there last night to relive it, because everyone was just purely in the moment. You don't have a chance to pull your phone out and do something. You're just constantly clapping and singing, aren't you? So, like, I mean,
I just took a picture like the video of Chadian when we scored in the second minute. It was just rocking the limbs. It was just amazing.
It was incredible, and I think the pure vindication for home fans being in the Rochdale Road end, because if you can feel it like that, it is something else. That stand, it's absolutely superb.
Right.
So, listen, Brad, it's been good to talk to you as always, mate.
Mate, honestly, we'll hopefully see you at York, pal.
Well, let's hope so.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot. It's my 30th on Monday, so I finished my 20s on a high now. It's been dreadful throughout my 20s. It's been terrible. Hopefully, we've ended my 20s on a high, and we start my 30s on a high.
What are you doing for your 30th, mate?
He's got a York.
Going to York.
Fine. My boss is like, we've got a big meeting on Wednesday. And I was like, well, I'm gonna probably book the afternoon off and go to York. And so it's.
I'm going to London on Wednesday, but
London.
And I can take my hangover. Take my hangover with me. There's no problem.
Yeah.
Confirmation of, I say confirmation, but Lee Davis says 47,000 biggest National League crowd. Final, Grimsby Bristol Rovers. That's reconfirmation. Brad, this is a bit mean, isn't it? How is Brad only 29?
I know.
Who's that?
It's what happens of years of following Oldham Athletic.
Exactly.
Do you know what my son's favourite song is for Oldham Athletic? But we'll leave you now, Brad. Thanks for that, mate. Really good.
Yeah, cheers, mate. See you later.
Right.
See you later. Sorry, go on.
My son's favourite song for Oldham Athletic is this bad boy. Tottenham merch, sexy merch. It's Tottenham merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch.
Visit weareoldham.co.uk/shop now to see our brand new range of hot, sexy merch.
Tottenham merch, sexy merch. It's Tottenham merch. It's sexy, sexy, sexy merch. Merch. Well, talking of rubbish, Rochdale are playing Southend. But if you want to get rid of your rubbish, please contact Get Rid Rubbish Shit Shifting Services on Facebook. It's Get Rid, and it's
Hang on a minute. Is that Danny's business?
It is.
Has he paid us any money for a shout-out?
He's given me a fiver.
A fiver.
A fiver
that he found.
But he's starting up. He's starting up. He's going to get a pod advert. He's going to pay us the $250 down payment next season.
$250 to sponsor the. It's only $250 to sponsor the pod next season. So,
$250.
Yeah, but,
per episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to get if you garden, waste removal, shed removals.
All right, clear this for me. I'm commercial manager.
I am the commercial manager.
Listen. You're the comical manager. I'm just cleaning my glasses.
No, but it's just, you've got to help a friend out who's helped me out in the past. And so, yeah, Get rid rubbish services on Facebook. Have a look. Check it out.
The invoice will be in the post, Daniel.
Yes, it's coming.
Right, our tartan friend has been waiting patiently in the background
has.
there. Let's bring him in.
Hi guys.
Oh, what have you done to your arm?
You all right, mate?
I broke my elbow.
How'd you do that?
I was playing goals for my team and I dived forward to stop the ball going out the box and I landed on my elbow. And I sprained my wrist as well.
What
Jesus.
kind of surface were you playing on?
AstroTurf.
Uh,
It was one of
Is
the
it
pods,
sore?
you know, you get very sore.
Yeah, I can
One of
imagine.
the- you know the 5-a-side pods you get?
Oh, God.
mm.
Well,
One of
I'm sorry to hear about your injury, but let's talk about the positives. Did you watch the
positive,
game
I was
last
right
night? And what
there.
did?
No, I'm unhappy about last night. I'm raging about last night.
About not being there.
I bought it on days of TV, right? Didn't bloody work.
Yeah. Oh,
Didn't
no.
work. Couldn't get a picture of nothing, so I dived straight to the Oldham website so I could listen to the audio at least, right? Paid my $4.99. Didn't work. So I had to end up watching
It
on
sounds like it.
Glasgow.
Was it not something to do with your internet or something? Because, maybe there's a. Or was it. Do you know what the reason was?
No, I don't know, but my wife was laughing. I'm like, it's not funny. 'Cause
Well,
when I had, it was 1-0, right, and I just connected to Dazzle TV, couldn't see it, right, so I went, and then I connected to the audio, right, and it went 2-0, and I'm mumbling in the background, getting annoyed because I can't see it, right, and then I try to go back to Dazzle TV, it goes 3-0, and then she's in the background going, why don't you just give it up? And I'm like, no, I paid 15 quid for both services just to get it up, and I said, and then it went 4-0, and I'm like, at that point, I just watched it in flash score. Oh,
Well, did you see the goals on YouTube?
not yet.
Oh, well, you
Not
need to
yet.
do that.
Yeah,
You need
that's,
to-
that'll give you a bit of relief on your arm and the pain.
I was
They
so
are
happy.
great
It was
goals.
just- It just kept popping up 1-0, 2-0, 3-0.
Yeah, that would be annoying. 100%,
I mean, I was happy
yeah.
the score were popping up, but it was the fact that I couldn't get to see it or hear it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I can imagine. It's probably one of the best nights of football at Oldham
was
Boundary
brilliant,
Park's ever
honestly.
seen.
But I mean, my prediction was right. We finished 5th.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So listen, is the secret to success just hiring a Scotsman? Is that what it's all about?
And not watching the game.
Because
well, he's doing well,
Mickey
yeah,
Mellon, he's done all right. I know he's got us to here. Obviously with football in it, so fans have been discussing obviously the lack of performances and wins in the second half of the season, but it seems now that this is what he was cut out for. This is the business end, and he seems up for it. The players seem up for it. I mean, one of the things that you missed, apart from all the goals last night, Graham, was the players just look so up for it and so together. Because there were people talking, oh, he's lost the dressing room and all this, but I'll tell you what, there was absolutely nothing wrong with that team spirit last night.
no, really well. 4-0 against Halifax. I mean, decent. I mean,
Well, they
until
got
3-0
in the
after
playoffs
10
at the end
minutes.
of the day. You've got to beat what's in front of you, and by God, within 12 minutes, it was.
But he
you
must
know,
be doing a
game
good job
over.
because he must be doing a good job because he's in the odds for the Kilmarnock job.
The Kilmarnock job.
Ooh, Millington.
No,
No,
Mellon.
Mellon.
He won't go back up today. He won't go.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Derek McInnes has been all but confirmed for Hearts.
Right. Okay.
So Mickey Mellon's, I think he's like 13-4 for the Kilmarnock job. But then you've got players ahead of him like Chris Burke, and you've got you've got lots of other people. I mean, you've got Stephen Naismith and all that. So I don't think he's for the job. I think he's just in the odds because I think they do that to add extra managers in the odds.
Yeah, listen, when you look back at all the managers that have been listed in the odds for Oldham jobs over the years, and how many of them actually come off,
Yeah. It's all tripe in it, really. But we will see. But what are your thoughts on York next week?
I would take 1-0. Just get over the line. Just get to Wembley.
Don't you want an emphatic 3-1 win away?
Ideally, Dave,
You know,
absolutely.
but
It'll be tight, won't it? It's going to be tough.
I mean,
Really tight.
you know what's going to... I mean, my mate Gary, who's an Oldham fan as well, we go down together. He's a bit subconscious because Lamber's on the other side. I mean, subconscious with that because you know what happens, don't you?
Well, it's what'll happen on the day, won't it?
We've got a guarantee here that it's going to be 1-0 Fondop.
I would take that right now. I mean, like I said at the
We'll
beginning of the
take.
season,
Yeah.
I was a bit off with Fondop, remember, because I didn't think he'd be up to the standard this year because of last year he wasn't like really on all cylinders, and that was proved me wrong.
I always had faith in Big Mikey.
No, but you had me
Always.
in the
Amen.
first couple of pods, and you had me in the
I
first
did,
couple
yeah.
of pods. I was not impressed with him at all. You know what I mean, and I was like, we should release him, and we should bring in a different striker. But I mean, I'll be honest, I'll admit I was wrong, Jimmy.
Well, that's it. It's a game of opinions. We don't get it right. Matt said we'd finish 11th. I said we'd finish 4th. It's one of those
Well,
things.
so, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, you know what Matt's
So
like.
did I.
But no,
but
I mean,
it's-
I'm impressed. I thought no disrespect. I thought Alex Reid would be firing on all cylinders, him and Nuttall. But it turns out they were both wasted spaces. You know what I mean?
well,
not for
well,
Wealdstone, maybe Altrincham.
yeah, well, he saved Wilstone from relegation, so
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, no,
Let's
it's
not talk about Alex Reid.
No,
'cause
but look,
don't
we've got a big
criticise
look. The thing is
Alex
like
Reid.
we don't need to look ahead too much now to next season because we.
I mean, I like the I like the look of that keeper, but we've got in. Great. It's it crashed.
Oh, we're back.
We're
We're back. Sorry
we're
about
back,
this.
we're back,
I
so-
will say that I am in communications with the building about the internet. So hopefully by next season it'll be back.
We're back. Bob,
Yeah.
it's not froze. Put your rag pudding down.
minute ago.
It's fine. It's
But
fine.
I
I know.
quite liked the keeper this year. I'm impressed with him, the one that came in.
Yeah, Donaghy. Yeah.
Well, you need two good goalkeepers, don't you, at the club, and we've got them. And I think that if we keep all the best players that we've got now, I don't think there's actually that much recruitment to do next season. I think we need more wide players. We need at least two really good strikers. But probably a bit more legs for midfield. But we've got Hammond, we've got Charsley to come back. Charsley's not featured all season, so I don't think we're a million miles off because I think once we've got our back three of Ogle, Raglan, and Month, that's as good as you're going to get at this level. And
Is
then
he
you
fully
just
fit
need.
again? But is he fully fit, or is he still struggling a wee bit?
Mon's not fully fit, but he had the perfect run out last night, and it was. I said if you can't throw him in at York, you can't do that. So he needed to play last night, and he did, and he came out of it unscathed. Then, that was just that again. It was perfect. There was just nothing. There was just no downside to last night. So Jenny wanted 5. She commented a lot before, but
We should have had 5. We should have had 6 because there were 2 penalties, weren't they?
But that's
That
what I'm
weren't
saying. When
given.
we were 3-0 up after 10 minutes, I thought my phone had broke or something. You know what I mean? Because I was trying to connect to all these different services.
Yeah, I thought my mind had broken, but yeah, it was definitely it was surreal. Wasn't it?
No, it was surreal, but it was also just beautifully real.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank.
But because it was real. It was.
And
happening.
they took your
It did
advice as
happen.
well, didn't they, Matt? If you don't shoot, you won't score.
Listen,
and that's it.
I'm
But we
I
scored.
am available for.
We did
football
score. We did
consultations.
score 3 with our head, so you
Yes.
can't shoot with your head.
But some of them came from having shots saved and corners and set pieces and things like that.
They came from crosses
good.
with headers.
I mean, how
Anyway,
many phones I've got this year? How many has he got so far? He's got must have like 18, 19 at least.
Yeah, he's getting up to that kind of. That
He's the main
ballpark.
man. He's
Yeah.
the main
Listen,
man.
it's written in the stars this season. Fondop, diving header, Wembley.
Last
We're
minute.
going up. That he's gonna fly through players. He's like literally will just go through them.
He's
Score
gonna-
a diving
he's-
header.
he's
Yeah.
gonna.
Yeah.
He's
can
gonna.
see it.
He's like the modern day hero, like Richie and Palmer, isn't he? Like, do you know what I mean? He's like a cult hero.
More
now.
like Conan the Barbarian or
No, but he's a cult hero. He's a cult hero,
warrior.
isn't he? He's a cult hero, isn't
No,
he?
he is a hero. Yeah,
I
he
mean-
is. He is. He cleaned out the awards, didn't he? He won all the awards.
Deserved.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Yeah.
he's been, and you know what? You need these kind of players to get behind. You need these characters, heroes. I said this years ago, like when we started the podcast. We've not had heroes that people absolutely just love and look up to and admire and respect. And on the pitch, and Fondop he's just a talisman for the club, and you know he's earned his contract negotiations for next season, and hopefully we'll see him at Latics next season. You know he might. I was saying this. I was having this conversation today. I said, look, he's got to put his family first. He might get a better offer. He's out of contract, so a club's not going to have to buy him. You know, so it's going to be interesting to see. But hopefully he gets the best deal is at Latics and he stays here. So
yeah, I mean, and then I would bring in somebody like a Paul Mullins who's free as well, somebody that could do the job as well. Not him exactly, but somebody his kind of style of play because he's free from Wrexham, isn't he?
We shall see. It'll all come out in the wash. Well, thanks, Graham, for the call.
Yeah, we'll move on to Gaza.
Really appreciate the call, mate. Thank you.
No worries.
Cheers, mate. Hey, listen, take it easy with that elbow, yeah?
Yeah, take care.
Yeah.
All right, mate.
Get back.
All the best. Ta-da. Ooh, right. Let's have a chat to Gaz. Oh, let's let him finish that big yawn first.
Yeah.
Come on, Gary, make an effort, lad.
He's in bed.
He's in bed, isn't he? But he's not. We can't see his
He's
boobs
in
like when Tez is on. Are you all right, mate?
I'm in bed waiting for Dave.
Close the curtains. Get the massage on in the aroma. Massage is a great tool to reignite any flames.
With the mood I'm in, Dave, I actually would.
I'm going to get the Uber booked.
Don't encourage him, Gary. Come on. So listen,
tell Sarah to roll over.
I saw you.
Sorry.
This is a family show. It's inclusive.
The weirdest thing is you're saying, "Oh, listen, the Eurovision's on downstairs." So yeah, fitting.
Anyway, just as well we're on the alcohol-free Guinness, isn't it?
Yeah, it's alcohol-free. I have been. It's just for sponsored by Guinness.
So we saw you
jealous of you. No, I'm not.
We saw you last night, Gaz. You and all those that met up in Royton, drinking responsibly. There was lots of 0% alcohol drinks being consumed.
Yep.
You were just all in a really good mood. Tell us about your day yesterday. How perfect was it?
I think as good as perfect could have been. I don't think it could have gone any better. Like I said, we put the feelers out before the game, not to try and detract people away from the club or anything, because we knew the fan bar was going to be absolutely hammered. And I thought just like try and get people together, take it in, get a bit of an atmosphere going. More turned up than what we expected, but it was just brilliant. Rumours were brilliant, looked after us. When we drank that place dry, like Brad said, people were getting the cans from Lidl, the smoke bombs were there.
Yeah.
The walk down was just impromptu, that weren't planned, but it just added to it.
You weren't getting 250 in a taxi, Gaz, so...
No, good point. I think there were more than that. There's some videos of us walking down.
Oh, definitely.
I don't know the name of the road, what the school's on, but... They were with the busies turned up and panicked and put the siren on and had to try and like shuffle everyone on one side, but it was just incredible. It just added to it all, and then it just couldn't have gone any better. Evans got minutes, Norwood got minutes, Month got minutes, Garner scored, Fondop scored, Jorgen Nathan had a belter. The best moment for me last night was the stand up if you love Oldham. It was spine tingling.
Yeah. Agreed.
It really, really was. It was incredible.
And because it was so inclusive, wasn't it? That was the thing. It was everybody in the three sides of the stadium participated, and it was really, really good. You
just heard all the seats make that clacking noise as they retract back and everyone stands. I took my little girl and wife last night because I wanted her to be able to have a memory for when she's older of it, because a few games I've took her like bloody Maidenhead on a Tuesday night and stuff. It's not been the best sell. But yesterday was incredible. My wife hadn't been with me to a game since the Blackpool playoff game that season under Shez, so she was loving it. It was just brilliant with all your mates. It just felt like almost cringy, but it did feel a bit magical for us yesterday. It really did.
It was. There's nothing cringy about it. Like you said, like the vast majority of games that we've all watched over the last 20 years have been shite. And, like we've had the odd moment of I mean, you got the odd occasions, like when you came back from 5 4 down against Peterborough and things like that. You know, there's been big like moments in games, but like, look, there's nothing where everything has been so comprehensively brilliant like last night, where everything's just come together. Atmosphere, the weather, the performance of the players, the just the way that the players looked and responded, and the interaction between everything about it was magical, guys. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, the only downside is it was in Division 5 as opposed to like, you know, it being further up the. But that's it, we are where we are, and as for the, you know, it was as perfect tonight as it could have been. It was.
Can't say anything any different anymore, any less. Really, you've nailed it there. The players really embraced it. They didn't half come out firing, and it's just everything we wanted. I was saying to some of the lads before the game when we were predicting about what might happen, and I said, I really hope that when the players come out the tunnel, the Halifax players and their fans, they look around the ground full and think, shit, we're out of our depth here. And I think that's exactly what happened.
Agreed.
I think Halifax, although we might argue and say they're not in the greatest bit of form and they're one of the poorer sides in the playoffs, they absolutely froze. They froze. They did. Their players must have been looking around after what they, you know, play in front of an empty stadium, don't they? Thinking, God, we don't belong here, and that's exactly what happened. Their keeper, who's normally
their arses went big time.
Absolutely did. They just didn't. I mean, if it was a fight, it had been stopped because they just didn't. They didn't punch back at all. We didn't let them. We got forward. We were high up the pitch. It was
third man runners.
What we've been saying, Dave, all season. It's just movement off the ball, and I tweeted it in the week weekend. I really hope that Mellon doesn't put Pett, Conlon, or Rossiter on at the same time. Just one of them, please. And he that tough call he made. In all fairness to Mellon, I've given some shit, as you well know. He got it bang on yesterday, and credit where credit's due. His subs were good, his line-up were good, his tactics were good. They were obviously motivated. We told Mickey Mellon's a playoff specialist, and I'll be ready to eat the biggest slice of humble pie ever. And
the thing is, guys, we just want to all that kind of stuff goes out the window. We just want to celebrate. We just want more of that last night. And
of course we do.
Last night was you know, when you're in the process of rebuilding like we are, the club is undoubtedly in that process. It's been going downhill. It went downhill for a long time. We're now 3 years into that process, and every time with that, you get a series of new dawns. You get a feeling like it's a new dawn. And I think obviously when Frank and family did we had the Dorking game at home, and they were walking down Sheepfoot Lane, and there was a massive crowd, and it was a beautiful day again. That felt like a new dawn, and we've had some false dawns as well, where we've had like the big games, like when Frank came back, you know, and the kid had been a bit of a flop. Well, yesterday felt like another one of those new dawns where, and obviously promotion, whether it's this season or next season or whatever, that'll be a new dawn. And it's those things that are just building up in the right direction, as opposed to another landslide. And now we're starting to edge back up, and it was the joy that brought to the town and brought to, you know, I was at a business networking event this morning at Billington's in Oldham, and it was just, it had to be talked about. It had to be mentioned. It had to be addressed as that happened last night, and that is brilliant for Oldham. And it's you know, but Royton, you know, the pubs, the fan bar, you know, the rifle range was like, it was queuing out the door. Like, it's great for local businesses. Like that, there used to be so many pubs around Boundary Park because you'd get thousands of people going in there drinking, and over the years these have died off. And it's great for the local economy. It's great for local taxi companies. It's great. It's great for business, takeaways, food. It's Oldham Athletic being successful and having 10,000 fans in that ground every week is great for the local economy, and it's just great for everybody's well-being. And yesterday was that dawn again that this could be back.
Oh,
this
God,
could
definitely,
this could be back. Incredible.
We were saying that in the precinct at Royton, like, it was just great to actually like have a little bit of an unofficial fan park in a sense. That's how it felt. I was meeting fans I'd never met before. I don't know if you've seen the Facebook post from the landlord of Rumours. She said, we made the day special. Everyone were really well behaved. It was all good natures, drank them dry, just so welcoming. And they must have been thinking they'd hit the jackpot on a Wednesday afternoon.
Exactly.
But then, like you said, everyone was going into the chippy next door, the takeaway across the road.
Yeah.
I mean, taxis didn't make much of us going there, but I'm sure they did going home. We went in the railway after. That was absolutely busier than I've ever seen it on a Friday and a Saturday.
Yeah.
It was just incredible. It really was.
Yeah.
Now, my God, I have suffered today. My hips ache, my shoulders ache. I've got a banging head. I feel sick. I've got an horrible hangover. But it has been worth it. Praying that I get a ticket for York on Tuesday. Now, York's going to be a very different game. They're the polar opposite to how Halifax play. They like to keep the ball, don't they? They're a bit more aggressive. It's a real tough game, proper tough game, and this is where I'm really hoping Mickey Mellon shows us his class around his experience in the playoffs, because this is a tough ask this Tuesday. It really, really is.
But the minimum that we have to do to win that game is turn up as a team, as in fighting for each other, compete for every, and that there might only be 1,400 of us or whatever there, but we will be loud, and we will be loud for 90 minutes, and we will get behind every tackle, every little thing, and that could be the difference, you know. And but I think, having seen the attitude of the players yesterday, I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to get there. They're not going to let York play. They're going to win every tackle because they can't afford not to. It's 90 minutes from Wembley. It has
We've set the precedent now.
It has to be
last
that.
night.
Yeah, it has to be.
And
we really
competed with York a few weeks ago. We really got at them, and I think that's the way to go. I do think he might make one or two changes. Because
what changes do you think he might make?
I don't. Well, I was looking at when we last played York. They've got that Felix, that little quick right wing back, and Jez absolutely had him on toast. He didn't bring Jez on last night, so then I was thinking this morning: is he saved him for Tuesday? Is he going to throw him on and do a job on Felix again? Will he bring Conlon in and add a bit more protection? But I just have a feeling he might change something. I wouldn't fault him if he didn't. But with him saying horses for courses, and he's having to make decisions, it makes me in a way which I'm glad, because then he's looking at the opposition and adjusting accordingly. So I'm quite happy with that, to be honest.
What did you think of Corey Evans, mate?
Yeah, quality.
It's just
really good.
Honestly,
He was that good. This might sound like a bit of a contradiction. There were times you didn't notice him, because everything he did was just effortless.
Did you see it where he ran, put a bit of pace on them, just put the brakes on and just sprayed it out wide? He pulled 3 players in from the Halifax defence, and he just played it out wide to Pet, and he just whipped the ball across, and it nearly opened up for a Fondop at the back post. It was just
he dictated the game for us. The game for us. If you've got, there's a lot of I know we're all managers and coaches in our heads, but there will be people in the ground who are actually into all the coaching and stuff, and they'll have seen Evans pulling those strings. He freed up Jorgenathan, Pett and Evans really linked up well as a 3. It's the best I've seen our midfield 3 link up all season, where they didn't look disjointed. They moved forward together, they moved back together.
Tom agrees with you. Just put that up at the same time, yeah.
My man of the match was Pritchard.
Correct.
I'd give everyone a 9 out of 10. So, 10 actually.
Do you know Ogle? He said, he said at the start of it, when the crowd was just baying it, he went for that tackle, and I think he did it against Braintree. In the first game of the season, he just smashed that guy, and it was just like, yes.
Well, he's aggressive, isn't he, Ogle? He's aggressive in how he runs. He's aggressive in how he carries the ball, and that's something we have lacked all season: aggression. And Manny Monf, his presence just on the pitch is class. I was getting horny just stood looking at him, and he weren't even touching the ball or doing anything.
I saw him in the players' lounge after the game, and I said, "Well played tonight. How are you feeling?" He said, "Just pretty tired." Just walked off like.
I bet he was.
He's there. He's there. His baby, like a little newborn baby. And he's like, "Yeah, thanks. Just tired." Just walked off.
And Mike Fondop and Joe Garner, they've got a good ratio together, them two. It was
Yeah,
them
yeah.
two last February, with February and March,
Yeah.
who were our two, and we were scoring goals and winning
Yeah.
games. And
Yeah.
they
Do you understand each other?
But if you watch them celebrate together when either other scores as well, there's definitely a connection there.
Well, you've got the perfect. It's the blend. You've got the big man, but Garner's great in the air. He really is. He's not a tall guy, but he's great in the air. And the goals that he scored in the last couple of games showed that he's a penalty box goal scorer. He reads where the ball's going to drop really well, and he links up well with a big man. So. Is that the front two you'd go with then again against York?
That would have been the front two I went with last night. That was what I wanted him to go with, so I was glad he did. I've heard some really good things about Joe Garner this season. Even though he's been injured, apparently he's been brilliant in and around the club and around the dressing room. So you've obviously got to keep him involved. I remember Mellon saying like he brought him in for his character and stuff. So. Yeah, I would stick with Fondop and Garner. Like I said, I couldn't fault Mellon if he didn't change anything, and I couldn't fault him if he did, because you're adjusting accordingly. But if we get at York, don't let them play their game as much as we can. I was speaking to my mate, the fisherman, this morning, and to quote the fisherman, he said, "Make it fucking hanging."
Yeah, I've got a bit of an anecdote about Joe Garner. Like I said, he did the half-term football school. With my son, and I said to him, tell him to teach you some dark arts. So he went to Joe Garner. My dad said, teach you some dark arts. He said, when you kick a player's foot, scream and go down if you're up front. And on the Sunday, my son did the exact same thing and won a penalty for his team. Like, it's just like little bits like that. It's just like he said, in accordance, kick their foot and just make sure the referee hears it and scream. And that's what my son did. And
it's what you need, though. You need it. All the best teams in the world, like literally the best teams in the world, the World Cup winning teams, the Champions League winning teams. They're snides and they win stuff. They win free kicks and penalties, and
Ramos.
They know how to cheat and get away with it. And unfortunately, it's an essential part of the component in the game. But I think just thinking when you were talking about getting at them and all that, and then the difference it makes having, and we talked about this, and I don't know why we didn't maybe see more of him earlier on, but the difference it had playing Jorgen Nathan as somebody who will get defenders on the back foot. He picks the ball up. He's got incredible balance
with the ball, doesn't he?
Like,
really
he looks
well.
like he's being pulled down and he turns the other way, but he drives at defenders and he makes them turn and he puts them on the back foot, and that is such a difference because
he gets the defender to not be side on. He gets them square, so they're always out of position. If you watch him how he plays, he runs straight at them, and so they're actually facing him rather than side on, and he dictates where they're going to go rather than where they want him to go. He's just outstanding.
I mean, how long have we been saying and craving for a midfielder who can carry the ball?
Forever.
We've been craving it, haven't we? We really have. Yeah. But if you just finally, before I go, lads, because Michael's right, I need sticking in the penine suite. If you look at our spine again now, you're going to have, your back. You've got Raglan, League One experience, led middle there. Corey Evans, who's played in the Euros. You've got Tom Pett, who's been in League One. Then you've got Joe Garner, who's been in the Championship. That's some spine that for these playoffs.
And you've got Fondop, who bags the goals as well. And you've got Pritchard, who'll fucking smash a tackle. You've got Pett, who can cross the ball. Do you know, these are the little additions that you've got. And then you've got people on the bench like Norwood, who's been there, done it, and he will get a goal if he gets.
He looked all right when he came on last night, Norwood, actually. I thought he did well to get a couple of chances, because one of the discussions we've had in the past is that chances have never fallen to him, and has that been because of lack of desire or whatever? But he had 2 decent chances last night, so that was good to see as well. He got half an hour, didn't he? So I tell you who I thought was good last night and had his best game for us was Mark Hitchin.
Yeah, last 5 games I think he's been playing really well.
Yeah, he was good last night. Best game I think he's had for the club. But just going to keep this smile on my face till
my mate Johnny Givens was waxing lyrical about Kitchen last night. He said he was outstanding. It was a fantastic goal. He was like, honestly, he was all over it.
Yeah, he was very good. He was very, very good.
It's all good. It's all good. So we've got potentially got 2 games left this season.
Oh God,
we're 1 game away from Wembley.
One game away from Wembley.
Sarah, tell the lads what you thought of last night.
Hello, Sarah. Sexy Dave
You
here.
better go before you get in any more trouble, guys.
Sarah, come on the camera.
She's been on camera
one.
plenty of times before.
Right,
Right,
okay, we're gonna leave it there, guys, because it's time for us to knock off. But yeah.
Well done,
Cheers,
lads.
mate.
Knock off what? Cheeky get. Right, see you later.
You don't need any encouragement. Right, cheers, guys.
See you there.
in
Well done,
York.
lads. Thanks for your efforts for the season again. So,
No worries.
Take care.
hopefully you get tickets for York. We'll see you there, lads. See you in a bit.
Hopefully, I'm sure the club wouldn't let us not get tickets for York.
Absolutely.
Under the circumstances.
Well, they didn't pay us for the fans forum, did they?
So that's very true. Yeah.
They owe you. They owe you.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
they
right.
owe us more than they
Right.
owe.
Cheers, guys. Take care,
See you in a
mate.
bit, lads. See you in a bit.
Bye. Yeah. So there we go. There we go. A little peek into Gaz's private life there. Yeah, so that's it, Dave. Apparently, Rochdale have gone a goal up.
I don't care.
It would be just be kicking off the second.
Do you know
half.
what? Do you know what I'm worried about?
What?
Oldham Athletic,
Yeah.
and that's the way it's going to stay.
Yeah.
And on
absolutely.
that bombshell,
on that bombshell, I would like to just quickly promote
oh, for
this
God's
gig
sake.
at Billington's in Oldham. It's Oasis. You know what? They're really good. It's playing all the hits of the band, the well-known beat combo.
The guitar player is
Oasis.
outstanding.
He's very good. Yeah, he is very good. Plus indie classics with DJ Chris Gallagher.
No relation to Nolo Liam, or is
and
it? You
Not
can
that
find
I'm
out
on.
if you turn up.
We're distant.
Gallagher.
Gallagher. It's at Billington's on Friday, the 11th of July.
Do
in
I
Oldham.
get
out.
guest
Listen,
list?
we're going to be League Two team by then.
Guest list?
Guest list for
That's
you,
sexy,
Dave.
Dave.
Yeah. So if you scan the QR code now, then you can go straight to the tickets. It's
guest
going to
list
be
for
a
me.
banging night of indie.
Guest list for me?
Guest list for you, Dave.
Oh, good. Because I might have that, because I'm watching Oasis, the real Oasis, the next day.
Next day, and it's a warm up for exactly.
And my friend's coming up from Shrewsbury.
Bring
so
him. I love a
bring
shrew.
him. No, it's not Adrian from Shropshire. It's another
It's
Shropshireites.
someone from Shrewsbury. Anyway, we're done. We're done for this post playoff quarter-final victory episode.
Oh, will we be here next week?
What are we going to do next week? Oh, I can't do. I'm in London. I'm in London Wednesday. I'm back Thursday, but I don't know what time. So for the phone.
Do you know what are you doing next Friday?
I don't know.
Because if we win, it could be like a boozy phone-in.
A party phone in. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've probably got a gig, but I might not have. I don't know.
find out.
Anyway, I don't know. But the thing is, I'm so we've got York on Tuesday, and then I'm going to London. So I don't know what we're going to do. But I could potentially. I will let you know. We'll let you know.
yeah.
But we'll need to
Organised
we'll need to do
broadcasting
something, won't we?
as
We'll need
ever.
to do something. We might just have to wing it a little bit. But
Yeah, well, we're good at that. We are the best at that.
yeah. You can be my wingman anytime. Right.
No worries, Goose.
Thanks, Moose. Right.
Moose?
Moose, yeah. Should we go? Thanks for getting involved if you did. Thanks for watching if you did. We'll see you at York.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage? Well, what's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
A macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave
Macchiato.
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Thank you, listeners.
Anyway, so he sent me some of those photographs. Anyway,
Did
guys.
it? What, the 12-inch? With the fist? Oh! Cuts number 9. Scores all the time. He is divine.
He's got number 9. Dave, do you fancy some GN9 merch?
Yes, please.
Go to the shop on our website, weareoldham.co.uk.
Cuts number 9. Scores all the time. He is divine.
He's got number 9. We've got t-shirts. We've got mugs. He's got number 9. Got number 9. Bye. I promised I wouldn't put them on the internet.
Absolutely.
Hey Dave, did you know that listeners can now buy us a coffee or any other kind of hot beverage? Well, what's your favourite hot beverage, Dave?
A macchiato.
And how do you like your macchiato?
Black with lots of milk.
No cream?
No.
Well, if you want to buy Dave a
Macchiato.
then go to buymeacoffee.com/We Are Oldham. I'll just have a Nescafe.
Thank you, listeners.